This is the morning weather briefing. This is for Wednesday, the 4th of September. I'm James Spann. Alabama's weather fairly calm today, but we'll see increasing rain chances tomorrow and Friday, especially for the southern two-thirds of the state. And the weekend, mostly dry and still watching the tropics. So here we go. Upper air look this morning. The center of the heat ridge beginning to shift away. And in the low levels, there's an easterly flow. And that means the cooler temperatures today, again, will be over on the eastern side of the state. Radar early this morning, around 5 o'clock, the composite showing a few showers offshore, south of Gulf Shores, south of the Florida Panhandle. Also some light rain over parts of Arkansas. Temperatures are mostly in the 70s to start the day. We note a few 60s over on the eastern side of the state. We're expecting highs in the upper 80s for North Alabama, low 90s for South Alabama today, but by Friday, much of the state will stay in the 70s all day. Here's the watch warning map this morning. We have a flash flood watch for parts of Texas, some heat issues back in the western states. Got a marginal risk of severe storms today and tonight from parts of Colorado and Wyoming over to Minnesota. Tomorrow, no organized severe storms expected across the country. And the same thing on day 3, which is Friday. We'll check rain for the next 7 days. And again, the axis of the heaviest rain has been shifting south. This is suggesting the really good rains will likely be along and south of Interstate 20. And the bulk of this will be tomorrow and Friday. If you're in the Tennessee Valley, not looking that good for rain here. Huntsville, the Shoals, probably not much at all. For areas south of Interstate 20, rain amounts averaging 1 to 2 inches. So in the tropics, the National Hurricane Center watching 3 areas of interest. 1 in the Caribbean, 1 in the Central Atlantic, 1 in the Eastern Atlantic. And quite frankly, all of these, with a low chance of anything developing, those 2 out in the Eastern Central Atlantic, harsh winds will likely become involved here in a couple of days, and those probably will not develop. And as we've been doing for days now, we're watching that feature coming through the Caribbean. And again, the Hurricane Center yesterday dropped the chance of that developing from 40% down to 30%, meaning on these graphics, the color of the graphics, they're going from orange back down to yellow. And this thing should be in the Bay of Campeche, the southwestern Gulf of Mexico, this weekend. And again, there's a chance this thing might try and get its act together in that region. This is the probabilistic outlook coming off the European global model, the ensemble. And this is the best way of looking at this. And you can see the chance of this becoming a tropical storm is increased up to 50 to 60% over the southwestern Gulf. But as it moves northward, if it does move northward, the chance of that thing developing is very low. The global models just don't do anything with it. As this tropical season remains remarkably quiet. And again, we're right at the climatological peak of the season here. So let's go through the GFS model fans. This is the 06C run, valid today at 4 o'clock. Heights are coming down. And again, for much of the state, the day should be dry, partly sunny. Again, upper 80s for North Alabama, low 90s for South Alabama. This is the high-resolution HER, valid this evening at 6 o'clock. And again, you can see evidence of a few showers near the Gulf Coast, maybe for parts of southwest Alabama, but a decent chunk of the state looking dry today. So tomorrow, this little trough sets up on the Gulf Coast. The better chance of rain tomorrow should be across the southern half of the state. Highs in the 80s. North Alabama, probably dry, north of Interstate 20. And this is Friday. The better chance of rain. The rain should be pretty widespread Friday, but the better chance along and south of US 278. That's south of a line from Hamilton to Cullman to Gadsden. And then again, if you're in the Tennessee Valley, you'll be kind of shortchanged with this. But Friday, cloudy and cool with occasional rain. Temperatures holding in the 70s all day. So most of the state with a good chance of getting some decent rains here, except for the Tennessee Valley. So this is Saturday. And again, you can see that the GFS showing a dry air mass in here. But if you look at the European, it's got evidence of maybe a little band of showers along its surface front. And for that reason, we will mention the chance of a few isolated showers on Saturday. Still, a decent chunk of the day should be dry. The high will be in the 80s. And then Sunday, a really nice air mass drops in here. Sunny, the humidity values come way down. Highs in the 80s. We start the day in the 50s for much of the state. Get up early Sunday morning. It's going to feel great. Same thing Monday. We start the day in the 50s. The high will be in the 80s. Still dry on Tuesday, and this is a week from today, Wednesday, the 11th of September. Upper high that's out around Denver. But around here, once again, a dry air mass. Sure looks like much of next week will be dry. Let's keep going. Let's go out 10 days. This is Friday, September 13th. Friday the 13th. Upper high north and west of the state. And again, it looks mostly dry. There could be a few isolated showers. And again, notice the GFS does nothing with the little feature in the Bay of Campeche, and the same thing for the European. It's just amazing how calm things are in the tropics. This is rain for Birmingham coming off the European ensemble. The mean a little under 2 inches between now and the 19th of September. Here's a look at temperatures coming off the NBM National Blend of Models. For Birmingham, your number could vary. Look at Friday, the high 74 with clouds and rain. And then lows getting down in the 50s, both Sunday morning and Monday morning. Highs next week in the 80s. And the latest long-range guidance, this is for September 11th through September 17th. Temperatures a little below average if this works out. So the hummingbirds, they are ramping up on fuel, getting ready to head south. They're getting ready to get out of here. Before you know it, they'll be gone as the summer fades and fall kicks in. The official arrival of fall based on astronomy, the day of the equinox this year is September 21st. Yesterday, that was a 22-degree sun halo over the Gulf Coast, and also had a few isolated showers in the Gulf Coast. This was Navarre Beach late yesterday, and that is a shelf cloud. Leading edge of a storm, nothing to do with a tornado, nothing to do with a wall cloud. That was an isolated shower at Panama City Beach yesterday. And for many, just a glorious sunset that was taken at Lake Purdy in Shelby County. But for most, it was a very nice fall day. So this morning, headed down to Tuscaloosa. Have a program there at the Alberta School for the Performing Arts, Alberta Elementary. And for those that don't know, that school was the building, not the school, but the building was destroyed by that horrible EF4 tornado, April 27, 2011, came right through Alberta City. Looking forward to seeing my friends there. Then after that, back to Birmingham for a program at Children's of Alabama for some of the patients there. Tomorrow, Burleson Elementary in Hartselle, Morgan County. And then a program for Haleyville Middle School in Winston County. That'll be a Zoom call after the Morgan County program. And then Friday morning, it's Thompson Intermediate School in Alabaster. And no book signing on Saturday. We're going to take, again, this week off as I'll be in Tuscaloosa for the University of Alabama football game doing weather support. Football weather looks pretty good this weekend on Saturday. And don't forget to watch us on television this evening, ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great evening, and God bless.